don't want any ghetto black Americans here. No ghetto entitled, spoiled black Americans that America has spoiled. I don't want them here. Will not change that, okay? And I'm not going to change the verbiage. I'm saying exactly what I feel. I was a landlord in America.
Hello everyone. Now there has been a beef that has been ongoing between Jamaicans and Black Americans, and this is the latest. Now I want us to watch this video about this Jamaican lady who just opened a business. She came from the US. She opened a business and she complains that she has been getting attitude from Black Americans. They have been envying her progress and she has evidence of this. Now this has gotten so many people talking because this video is going viral on social media. So let's take our time, watch this video, then have a discussion at the end of it. Thank you so much.
For 10 years, let me tell you, I have tenants that their rent was $12 because Section 8 paid the rest of it for them. You're like, I don't get any free shit. What is free shit you're talking about? I don't get free shit. You got a lot of free shit. Those are the people I don't want here. $12 a rent, you'll pay. You have Benz, you drive, you wear $400 a wig, name brand shoes, your kids wear name brand shoes, and you work minimum hours so you don't lose your Section 8. You got food stamps, you buy lobster, steak, and God knows what everything is. And people that work in 3 jobs can't afford the food. They could buy us on government assistance. I don't want you ass here because I work very hard for everything I have. So I don't want no entitled, spoiled, and grateful Black Americans here. If you work respectful, I'm even open to offer short-term stay for the right people. One thing I learned about the ghetto people too, they have a way of hiding who they are. Because they've been cheating the system so long that they pretend to be something else to get money off the government. And so that's what you do. You call me, you pretend to be somebody else, and when you come here, you show your real true colors. There's none of that here. If you come in your ghetto, you gotta leave. Period. I don't care about your money. Yeah, that's all I gotta say today.
Every time I hear a non-American black talk about black folks, every thing come out they mouth is some European racist shit.
African people stay here, I have Jamaican people stay here, I have white people stay here, I have Spanish people stay here, and I have Black Americans stay here. I'm not saying not all Black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been nothing but problem. Only 2 good ones came here, to all of them. Fight late at night, not with me, with each other. They're disrespectful, they're entitled, they're unappreciative. And it is that way because America has spoiled them and give them so much free shit where they think they could come to Jamaica and get the same free shit out here and be nasty about it. I'm not saying all of you are like that, but because of that, I'm not risking my health and my happiness for people. No short-term stay. No short-term stay. It's not going to happen here. I'd rather eat salt and banana and let goats and cows live into my houses than I have people come here and stress me. I will not hate my business because of customers. A lot of business people are miserable because of some kind of customer. Not this place. I don't want, my place is drama free.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know that set off some people, okay? People were upset about that, okay? This is the exact type of red meat that you need for the ongoing war, right? Civil war between the so-called foundational Black Americans and the so-called tethers, aka people who were not descendants of slaves or are, descendants of immigrants who came to America after slavery. They're beefing with each other, right? And again, of course, you know that a lot of people, right, Black Americans, had an issue with these comments. Take a look.
All Black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been not.
Specifically, very specifically, in detail, what did they do? Because you're not just about to come make a vague video saying every Black American that came was just a bad tenant, but you don't got no specifics. So what did they do, ma'am? What did they do? That's all I want to know. You saying they was arguing not with you, but with themselves. That sounds like they were just drinking and doing something like playing spades or something. That sounds like that's all that they was just partying. You didn't say they had any property damage, so what are they doing? They go and they turn up and they make a little mess, but that's expected because you're a renter. So you should expect to clean up a little bit of, like, what specifically happened that made you?
I'm gonna sum this up real quick because me personally, the video was pretty unnecessary. Or if she wanted to talk about her experience, she should have talked about everybody in totality. She shouldn't have used black people as a way to convey her message of negativity and how she wanted to weed people out that did for them not to come to her establishment. And what do we get for free? I'm trying to figure that out.
There are a lot of entitled people no matter what color they are. But that's my problem. I have no problem with her saying, you know, she had bad encounters, but the generalization is my problem. Everything she said out her mouth after her, she tried to go back on shit was that black Americans get free shit. That's some white shit she just said. That's some racist ass white shit. First and foremost, every time I hear a non-American black talk about black folks, every thing come out their mouth is some European racist shit. I don't give a where they come from. They all repeating the same talking points you hear on Fox News, Mark Levin, or any racist white man you can think of is coming out their black ass mouth. That's my problem. I'm not saying we over here without issues, but stop acting like you don't have the same problems with a you at or your culture. That's my problem. But to generalize a whole group of people, when you got blacks over here doing it up over here, graduating with multiple degrees, starting successful businesses, but you want to point out a certain segment or group, a few people that came over to your shit and acting like assholes, then you want to paint a broad brush. Oh my God, white folks and other folks go places and don't show their asses. They just perfect wherever they go. That's my problem. I have no problem with her having an issue with people coming over and not being appreciative of her business.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. And the lady also made comments about how white people are not oppressing black people and how the white man is not the problem. And apparently some of the, white liberals had an issue with that as well. Take a look.
Jealousy, that's what holding the black race back, not the white man. The white man is not holding you back.
I had already stitched one of her other videos that I stuck in my draft because I was like, I don't know if I want to really get into this. But then I saw someone else stitching this fucking garbage shit. And now I really have to speak because she's trying to say, oh, the white man doesn't hold back black people in America. Bitch. Do I have shit to tell you? Hi, fucking white person here, white American here, who I've also spent 7 years living out of the country. So it's not like I have no idea what other countries are like in contrast to America. I've seen how white people act inside this country and outside of this country. I've seen how Americans act inside this country and outside this country. I've seen how non-American whites, I've seen how they act in and outside of this country. And let me tell you what, there is a very, very strong commonality between whites around the fucking world. And that is the hatred of people who do not share their white skin tone. That doesn't just mean black people, but that means that black people are the most hated because they are the least white. If you genuinely think the white man isn't holding black people back in America, or really any country for that matter, then you don't think that racism still exists, because that's why they're being held back.
Absolutely hilarious, okay? Absolutely hilarious. This whole story, this whole situation is so hilarious to me. Now, how do I feel about this, okay? The way I feel about it is like this. I believe in the First Amendment. This woman is in Jamaica, but apparently she used to live in America at some point. But she has the right to say what she wants to say about people that patronize her business. Now, do I personally think it's something that I would have said out loud as a business owner? Not really. But if her experience has been that bad where she's like, I don't care about your money, okay, I just don't want you people, right, to patronize my business because it's too many problems and too many issues. I think people need to actually take a step back and to think about why in the world would she feel so compelled to come out and say something like that if it wasn't grounded in at least some truth or reality, right? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with her. All I'm saying is that I understand why she came out and said what she said. She must truly feel like the experiences that she had with people who happen to be Black Americans who come to stay at her property or whatever was so bad that she's like, I don't want y'all business, right? I don't want y'all business. And a business owner who comes out and says, hey, I don't want certain people to patronize my business, I feel like they have the right to do that. Okay? And the people who potentially thought or are thinking about staying at her business can make a decision based off what she said and choose not to go stay at her property, and she'll go out of business, right? If Black business is that important to her, if she needs it that much, she will go out of business, okay, for not allowing Black people to stay there. That's capitalism. Okay. Now, again, I don't agree with her necessarily, making generalizations out people based off, where they're from or whatever. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's her business. I mean, what can I say? It's not even for me to really judge, right? Or to tell her what she can and can't do with her business, right? It's her business. It's really that simple, right? There's no reason to be upset, right? Because these same people who are probably upset are like, oh no, we need to shop at Black only businesses, right? We don't need to go to the white man's store. We need to buy Black owned, okay? They're pro-Black, okay? But when somebody says, hey, you know what? I don't want you to patronize my business because you're Black and American, they want to get mad and upset, right? I'm just saying.
Now, this video actually is about this lady who starts a business in Jamaica. Then she comes out to complain about the attitude she receives from Black Americans and the ghetto. Now, she does not love how people have been treating her for having a business. Now, she says that Black Americans are actually envious and they have this attitude with Black people who are in Black countries, I mean in the Caribbean or in Africa. And for a reason, she thinks that Black Americans do not want to see the Blacks in their own countries prosper more than them. Then she says she has been getting attitudes from Black Americans, and she says that they have been treating her awkwardly, and whenever they come to the place, they behave in a manner suggesting that they are envious. Now, I know there has been a beef going on between people in Africa and the people in the diaspora, or people in the Caribbean and those ones in the diaspora. So there has been this notion that has been built. I'll call it a stereotype because it's not yet proven that we envy Black Americans for the progress they have. And some says that Black Americans do not want to see us succeed. Now, others actually argue out that Black Americans are so bitter with us for selling them to the white man. Now, first, my apologies, because we did not sell you. It's our grandparents. Our ancestors are the ones who sold you. They sold actually your grandparents too. They did not sell even your parents. They sold your grandparents, because I'm talking about 1896, 1870s to 1945. Now, this actually has brought a lot of discussions because we have been having this stereotype that these groups of individuals envy each other, that we envy them and they envy us. But in the bigger context, we are one people, and when we bring our differences together, then we let them divide us on the basis of who has progressed or who is who. Then we've lost it. Our unity is the biggest key we have, is the biggest weapon at this moment, because we are living in a world where we are not wanted, in a world where some people have taken themselves to be superior more than our race. So if we continue fighting amongst ourselves, now the divide and rule works. Now when we are divided, it is easier for them to do whatever they want on us. That's why we have seen so many African countries and those ones in the Caribbean suffering pre-colonization. Now, they have suffered not actually pre-colonization, but we are now suffering. We are being colonized even in the 21st century era. What's that? Our minerals. Now, see, our leaders have turned to puppets. That's how they've always wanted. Now, it is our time now. We, as the ordinary citizens of our countries, we, as the ordinary black people, those that are not in power, let's unite. For the unity we will have will serve the best interest to us. If we are divided, I assure you, it is going to be so difficult. We are going to face the hardest time ever. So the unity we have will serve us the best. Thank you so much for having taken your time to watch this video. I appreciate